taken on multiple levels as far as their understanding being taken away. We had brothers, we didn't have sisters that was once with us, that adversary then crept in through various avenues and it took them away. You know what I'm saying? On a path that it might be hard for them to get back away from. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the foundation as far as this war that we are engaged in, spiritual war. So we're gonna get some understanding on that. So let's open up with 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, and the 1st verse. This is going to be the little foundational this week, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to go in depth with some of the doctrines and the lies of the adversary that they have found themselves trapped in. It's you know, when you engage in any war, there's three things that you must understand. First, knowing who you are at war with, how your enemy operates, how he comes, you know what I'm saying, what you got to deal with on that level, and what weapons you're going to need to fight and eventually win that war against that enemy. So we're going to deal with those three categories today. But let's open it up with 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, and the 1st verse.
2 Timothy, chapter 3 and 1. This know also, that in the last days...
In the what?
The last days.
The last days. Read.
Perilous times shall come.
So we know that this is definitely speaking about our time. This was written close to 2,000 years ago. And we know that time has elapsed. Things have evolved according to the adversary, according to this prophecy in general. And we see that we are definitely in the last days. But let's get some more understanding on that. What did he say was going to take place in the last days? Read.
Perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves.
And we know that this is taking place high level. Men, according to this system, is being promoted to love themselves on all areas. All the way down up to the fact that now men are believing that, hey, we're gods. We got certain understanding, certain knowledges. We are beyond the creator. You know what I'm saying? There is no creator. We are the ones. The lovers of themselves. Read.
Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection.
Without natural affection. We see that today. The basic understanding of love is gone. Iniquity wax so much, in fact, that people don't have the basic camaraderie no more. You know what I'm saying? Neighbors don't deal with each other no more. So this is showing you we definitely in these days are spoken of right here. Read.
Truce breakers.
Truce breakers. Read.
False accusers. Incontinent. Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good. And we know that that's true. When we come into this truth, you walk this thing out, they're going to despise you. They look at you like you are a complete Martian or something. Read.
Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than the lovers of the Most High.
They love pleasure more than they love the Most High. We know the society pushes that wholesale. They don't teach to love the Most High. They teach love all forms of pleasure. That's completely contrary to the word of the Most High. Read.
Having a form of good godliness, but denying the power thereof.
And we know that that's taking place in the religious system today. They have a form of quote-unquote faithfulness or godliness. They claim they believe in him, but they deny the power of... They don't believe that there's a judgment coming. They don't believe none of these things. They don't do anything that the Heavenly Father says to do. Meaning they don't have no fear of him. Read.
From such turn away.
So we are to turn away from that. Read.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses.
Okay, that's good. Stop. Drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 33 and the 6th verse. So we see all of those indicators right there that we definitely in these last days. All of those categories are being fulfilled today. But we have something that's going to be our anchor. Let's see what it is. Isaiah 33 and 6.
Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 33 and 6.
What that mean in the Hebrew, brother?
Isaiah.
I already mean Isaiah. All right.
And wisdom and knowledge.
And what?
And wisdom and knowledge.
And wisdom and knowledge. Keep that in mind. Read.
Shall be the stability of thy times.
So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. Travis, what is the definition of wisdom? Didn't mean to put you on blast like that. I apologize. Bro, what's the definition of wisdom?
Hold on, wait. Knowing the Most High commandments and following.
That's a very good definition. Basically, knowing good and evil, knowing the difference between the two. That's what wisdom is. And wisdom in what?
Stability of thy times and strength and salvation. The fear of the Most High is treasures.
The fear of the Most High is treasure. So wisdom and knowledge shall be your stability. We need to know the proper way how to walk in front of the Most High and having knowledge. So having knowledge of this war that we are engaged in, that's behind the scenes being fought against us, that's going to hold us down. And knowing that we have salvation in the Most High, if we stay diligent and we stay faithful, that's going to give you stability. When all this war is encamped against us. So let's open it up. Let's figure out who we are at war with. Let's go to Revelations 12 and the 17th verse. Let's uncover who we are at war with on the spiritual level. We understand that
12 and 17.
We understand that based on the fact that we know we the children of Israel, we know that we have a lot of physical enemies in the form of nations. But those nations are being brought against us, led by the spiritual realm. So let's get an understanding of that. Who we really are at war with. Revelations 12 and 17.
Chazon from Revelations 12 and 17. And the dragon was wroth.
And who?
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Who's the dragon?
Hashatan.
Elder Mar, who's the dragon? Huh? The devil? Exactly. Read that from the top.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Who is the woman?
12 tribes of Israel.
Israel? Exactly. Y'all sharp. Very sharp. Read.
Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Hamashiach.
So the dragon, the devil, as Elder Martin called him, the doer of evil, the chief adversary that we have behind the scenes, he is at war with the remnant of us, the seed of Israel, and those that join them to the house that do what?
That keep the commandments of the Most High.
And what else?
And have the testimony of Hamashiach.
So that's the foundation right there. That's who we are really at war with. But let's drive it home. Let's go back. Let's take it back to the beginning. Genesis 3 and 15.
It really is getting simple with this one. It really is getting simple with this boy. You know what I'm saying? Like the lesson, man. On point.
Bereshit 3 and 15. Genesis. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed.
So this is where the war that we find ourselves in today, this is where it began. In the garden aspect. That's where it started. And we see back in Revelations how it manifested. Let's go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Getting that understanding that who we are at war with.
First Simon. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober. Be vigilant.
So we are commanded, we are taught, we are given great wisdom to be sober in spirit and in body, and be vigilant. What does vigilant mean? Be
Ready for war.
ready for war, like a vigilante. They ready to get busy. So be sober and be vigilant. Read.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary,
Your what?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
So this is why we are commanded to be sober and to be vigilant, because we have an adversary that walks around like a hungry, roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And unfortunately, we seeing as is increasing in these last days, our brothers and our sisters are being ate by this cat because they don't have a solid foundation. They're not sticking close to the Most High's word. They're not sticking close to brothers that's really sincere about the thing. They want to come up against them and so on and so forth. It's getting real thick. And our people are losing their understanding with that. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. For the new people, this will be coming out of the Apocrypha, the books that they call themselves taken out of the scriptures. Did y'all get some understanding to the new people? Sister, y'all sisters familiar with the Apocrypha?
I don't have one, but I'm
You familiar with it? Okay. Yeah, you know they took it out, right? In the 1920s, I believe.
Yeah, if you got that, you can go to the 17, 16 version.
Yeah, 1611, definitely.
When they read straight English
Yeah.
right there.
We're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, the 28th verse.
Chapter 2 on my phone. Chapter 2 and what?
For your new people, it's definitely, imperative that, get your hands on it, because there's a lot of information that they took out of here that they don't want you to understand, basically, okay?
You say 2 and 11?
2 and 28. Who has that? Amazon?
I think
Okay.
you can get them from like Barnes and Noble too for like
Wisdom of Solomon
$7.
chapter 2.
I think I
we're
only
gonna pick
paid
it
like
up at the 28th
$7
verse.
for mine. Bob got that annotated one.
24, bro.
How much was that annotated?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 23.
Yeah, 23.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and 23. My mistake.
Chapter 2.
Whoever.
Yeah, I had it. I don't know why.
2 and 23.
Yeah, 2 and 23.
I thought I had something wrong. How about that?
Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 2, verse 23. For the Most High created man to be immortal.
So just like Choir went over a couple weeks, the Most High initially created us to have long-lasting immortal life, meaning we would have never died. But the adversary was upset at that. Read.
For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
So we know because the adversary is upset with the Most High, he's seen that he made man in his image as well. He's like, oh my God, I want to destroy them as well, because he wants to destroy the Most High if he could. We know that he can't. But in his mind, his own twisted mind, he feels that, hey, he wants to get him off the scene. So this is why he's making this war against us, because we can be put to death. Read.
Nevertheless, through envy of the devil.
Through what?
Through envy of the devil came death into the world.
So because of his envy, that's where death came in. That's where he sat back and said, okay, I'm going to calculate this war. I'm going to cause them to sin. And the Most High is eventually going to have to put them to death. Because the Most High is not dealing with when we walk in iniquity. He ain't dealing with that. There's a surefire death sentence for that. Finish that out.
And they that do hold of his side do find
So
it.
those that stay on the adversary side, you don't get on the right side of the war, you're going to find death. So now we know who we are at war with. Let's take a look at how he operates. Ephesians 6 and 12.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
That whole
Ephesians 6 and 12.
I don't know this one in the Hebrew, so.
You don't know the Ephesians, huh?
Ephesians.
It's Ephesians. It's Greek. You know what I'm saying?
Chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So our first and foremost battle is not against what we see with our own two eyes. It's behind the scenes, behind the curtain, as my Aquab called it. That's what we are really at war with. Read.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
So all of those are certain categories of the fallen angelic realm that are stationed, that make war against us. All of these fallen angels have certain areas that they are in charge of to come against those that believe in the Most High and to rule over all the realm of the earth. Let's prove that. Let's go to Daniel 10 real quick. Let's get a glimpse of this war behind the scenes. Where we pick it up at? Pick it up at the first verse.
Daniel chapter 10 and 1. In the 3rd year of Cyrus king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. The thing was true, but the time appointed was long, and he understood the thing, and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks.
So Daniel, after receiving this vision, he was mourning for 3 full weeks. He's mourning and he's praying to the Most High. He wasn't quite getting the answer right away. Read.
In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
Drop down to the 10th verse and scroll through it.
Verse 10. And behold, a hand touched me, when set me upon my knees and upon the palms of my hand. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright, for unto thee I am now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before the Most High, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words.
So he mourned for 3 full weeks, which is 21 days. But this angel right here is telling him that from the first day that he set himself to pray and seek the Most High's face, that prayer was heard. But why he didn't receive an answer right away, and we're going to see why. Read on.
But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days.
The who?
The prince of Persia withstood me 21 days.
That represents a principality. This prince of Persia is a fallen angel behind the scenes that was controlling the realm of Persia. And he withstood that answer coming back to Daniel. So Daniel could be comforted. Read.
But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me and remained there with the king of Persia.
So it was war going on right there. So showing you behind the scenes that there is war going on that we cannot see with the naked eye. If we was able to actually see it, most of us probably would faint if we could, really see what was going on behind the scenes. You got something you want to add?
No.
Let's go to Revelations 12 and 10. So based on the fact that we cannot see it, this adversary right here is spiritually understood. He moves in stealth, knowing that our 2 naked eyes, you can't physically see him. So that gives him the stealth capability. Let's check out another aspect of how he gets down. Revelations 12 and 10.
Revelations chapter 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice from Shamaim. Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brother is For the accuser of our brother is cast down, which accused them before the Most High day and night.
You see that? So that's another aspect that the adversary uses against us. We cannot see him, and he's constantly accusing us before the Most High. Like, look at what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Did you see that? You see this? Let me come against them. Just like he did with Job. He wants to be able to have that ability to come against each and every last one of us. That's why he is accusing us. That's why it's imperative that we have to walk according to the Most High's laws and the testimony of his son, so we don't give him anything to work with. Okay? Let's go to Luke chapter 4. We're going to see that this word has been given to the adversary for a short duration of time. So he's moving in stealth. He constantly accuses us. And he has a small measure of rulership today. Luke 4, 5 and 7. 5 through 7, rather.
Luke chapter 4 and 5. And the devil, taking him up in a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time.
So this is the Mashiach right here, being tempted of the adversary and taken to a high pinnacle of a mountain where he could see all the kingdoms before him. What was Shaitan doing right here?
It was basically like showing Jay-Z and them, look, See the Trump's Tower? This can be yours. You see this? You want to take trips to the Mediterranean, you want to go here and there, I'll give it to you.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
Basically, trying to get the king of Israel, to fall before him and give him worship. The Mashiach had did that, it would have been a wrap for us. But he was strong, and we're going to see how he was strong. Read on.
And the devil said unto him, all this power...
All this what?
All this power will I give thee, and the glory of them.
So he tempted the Mashiach right here. I will give you all this power and the glory. Just like he said with Jay-Z and all that. Look here, man, I'm gonna make them records sell. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have all the cash, all the whatever you want. I will give it to you if you do what?
All this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine.
You see that? So that's the key right there. He wants worship. So that's what we supposed to do, and don't fall into this guy's traps. Let's go to 1 John, the second chapter.